everybody. So today we're going to be doing a video on Dark Moon Lilith in Scorpio. Now I included a little narrative at the beginning of this video to really showcase the mind of someone with this astrological placement. It was written by someone that I personally knew to be a Lilith and Scorpio individual, and I feel like it really illustrates the essence and of this placement. So without further ado, the essence would be a black magician subconsciously using the laws of the universe to oversee a dark, evil, and or hidden agenda. Their role is, if they're not an occultist directly, is usually they're artistic individuals engaged in provocative and or dangerous roles or occupations in society. Some adjectives to describe Dark Moon Lilith and Scorpio people would be dark, deep, intense, scarred, scrupulous, serious, lustful, secretive, menacing, manipulative, mysterious, mesmerizing, passionate, dedicated, creative, attractive, cruel, violent, jealous, self-destructive, vengeful, instinctual, obsessive, powerful, sadomasochistic, debaucherous, licentious, alluring. Some notable celebrities are Kris Jenner, Aleister Crowley, Johnny Depp, Kristen Stewart, Jack Nicholson, Nicolas Cage, Nostradamus, Napoleon I, Alexander the Great, Jude Law, Natalie Portman, Winona Ryder, Beyonce, Alan Rickman, Alan Eminem, Jake Gyllenhaal, Taylor Swift, Steve Jobs. So if you can tell, these individuals, they all have some similar distinguishing physical characteristics, such as the dark, gleaming, alluring eyes. Even if they have blue eyes like Taylor Swift, they're like a very dark blue. There's something, it's the soul. It comes directly from that deep, intense energy of the Lilith and Scorpio, which can really be surmounted as the most, culminate, the sign that is the most culminating in terms of dark energy. And the Lilith energy really takes strong shape in this regard. Some frustrations for people with this placement to look out for are genital injury, because Scorpio is, ruled by that area the most. Complete rejection or pursuance of sexuality. They're very, in it all the way or out of it all the way. So that's what you will see in people with this placement in terms of sexuality. You gotta watch out for drowning, explosions, manic thoughts. They often suffer from the fear of being like raped or stolen from by other people. They usually may or may not have contemplated things like suicide. They may have people in their lives that they know who've committed suicide. There's just a general link towards this placement. It's very likely that in a past life they in a recent past life committed suicide, and you gotta really watch out for this. And also, falling deeply in love is detrimental to this sign. It can cause them the most harm by far because of this strong inner mental ability, connection to darkness, and it's just something, it doesn't really work out the same way for them because it's just so, that inner emotional intensity is just very groundbreaking. It could really, like, in some cases, ruin this person's entire life when they become vulnerable to giving their emotions to someone else on a very deep level. This is the karma of a stalker, a sadist, a masochist, a rapist, a criminal, an underground crime leader, a sexual deviant, one who has committed suicide in a recent past life. So I'll just start with the negative attributes, since they are actually the most prominent regarding this Lilith placement, since, as I said, it's the greatest embodiment of evil in terms of the signs. So, intense grudge holding, by far more than anyone. They can hold it to their grave. They're really, really intense in that way. They may or may not use sexuality or physical appearance to lure or manipulate others for the promise of sex in order to get what they want. They may be plagued by strong temptations. They are the concealers of great lusts. And they often have hidden sex life, which can manifest in either perversions, dark fetishes, strong sexual desires, or obsessions. They have this tendency towards the dark criminal world, and to describe it, would be like sponges for all of society's vices, wrongdoings. They're just really just all the evil things in society. They arise from this, and that's where all of this negativity and difficulty in life can stem for them, and causes them to really have a certain, like, intensity that's really unmatched by any other sign in the Liliths. And so this can manifest in certain thrill-seeking behaviors. They could be dramatists in social situations, like a scene maker or catalyst for drama. And also another thing that's very common is they practice behaviors of self-harm, often in secret. And this is this inner sadomasochistic urge that they almost find pleasurable. You gotta really watch out for that. You really gotta learn to love yourself and your physical body, and not let that consume you, this obsessive, violent self-destructiveness. So as I said, they're typically victims of the utter dregs of society. What I mean by that is they often, whether in early life or in past lives, they have this inner culmination of being hounded or severely, like, negatively treated or even abused by some very, very dangerous individuals. And it's really something that they really can't explain. Sometimes these individuals are born with this utter pain, and there's really no logical explanation for it. It just comes from this, and it just, it just builds up in their soul. And if you really look into this person's soul, you realize why they're so dark and so, all this evil, hidden, seemingly cruel behaviors stem from. It's because of the need to protect themselves in the face of some of the most severe, plaguing adversary possible in society. They're positive attributes now. So what's really remarkable about Dark Moon Lilith and Scorpio peoples is they have this top of the line, just absolutely unmatched, top-notch strength in the unconscious ability sector. They just have this primal mental force that is really to be reckoned with. And they just somehow, more than any other sign placement, they just have this grasp on the subconscious forces governing life and the cosmos, etc. And it's really something that they have a really good hold on, and they can really, really do a lot with this. And, you know, they really have this ability to orchestrate schemes entirely unbeknownst to others, and achieve great power, and they just have this mesmerizing, charming allure on the outside also, and this allows them also to have this incredible influence in the creative talents, whether it be artists, public speakers, socialites. At the end of the day, they are inherently occultists when whatever they do. And this allows them to really be a game changer in their life, and achieve great power as a result. Because of this complete mental dedication to whatever it is they're doing, and this natural strategic approach to society. They just have this really unmatched control when it comes to whenever they put their head to something, as you could see with Steve Jobs. You know, he really went all the way there. Really changed society for a lot. And, you know, Alexander the Great, Kris Jenner achieving great, you know, social, monetary influence, Taylor Swift, all these individuals, Beyonce, and whether it's real or imagined, you can't deny the fact that they do this, and they really are some very powerful individuals. And you can also see Aleister Crowley has this placement, as I said. You know, he was a full-on occultist, and everyone still knows who he is in those circles because of that application that's really unforeseeably intense. So just to recap in general over this sign is they have this overpowering feminine energy, the superior seductress that purposely evades all peaceful outcomes or resolutions in a situation, and instead drags the emotional climate to its absolute breaking point, continuously pushing towards the edge. And they do this subconsciously, not outrightly, and this is what makes them very powerful and manipulative, even if it's not exactly completely on purpose. And basically, this overall life lesson for the Dark Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio people is to learn how to forgive, let go of grudges, have recompense for yourself, and learn how to trust others once again, because I know it could be really hard considering what your soul has gone through with people, but it's because of this that it's more important than ever for this sign to really overcome these fears, because these fears for you guys, they're very real, and it will be the hardest thing for you to learn how to trust others again after everything you've been through. And that is really the underlying definitive factor of the Dark Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. So I hope this video was informative, and I hope everyone has